welcome to episode 29 of the Wee Podcast. Clarky here with Phil.
Hello.
So basically this week I was doing a bit of research basically on learning. Did a short course a while back, so we thought we'd look into some of the stuff that basically I went through on that. Learn about how we learn, I suppose. And basically in this week we go through that and who inspired us whenever we were younger, who inspires us now, to learn other things, and hopefully it's of some use to you as well, and you find it useful and hopefully fun.
Hopefully, yeah.
But anyway.
Woo!
Do you have any life lessons you want to impart on anyone? Any?
Don't do drugs.
Good one?
Yeah. And don't sniff sawdust.
Why?
Well, it's just stupid, isn't it?
What if you work in a wood shop?
No one works in a wood shop and goes, oh, that's a good idea.
But by accident, you don't
Tim.
Get a line of this here, cedar. Far better than the oak.
Life lessons?
Yeah.
I'm not even old to give anybody life lessons.
You don't need to be old.
Well, I certainly do.
You don't. You've.
Me? Are you talking to me here?
Yeah.
I don't think you do. No. I haven't done anything bad.
Not as in like,
Don't give up. Just instead of Jack Black's, School of Rock thing, where he says give up in the kids, don't give up. Don't ever give up. Yeah. I don't know, probably, yeah. Because, if you got something you've got, like a dream or something ahead of you, just pursue it.
Yep.
I did.
Yep.
And I did a gig.
Yep.
Did pretty well at it.
Good.
Did even further gigs and then did pretty well at them.
Good.
Haven't gigs since, but I'm pretty sure it's because it's my reason and not because no one else wants to hire me because of it. But yeah,
good.
Life lessons. Just
don't give up.
Never don't give up. What is that? That's Kevin James's thing as well.
Somebody's tattoo as well.
Is
never don't give up.
I think Kevin James's stand-up thing is now never don't give up.
Is it?
Yeah, he's a funny man, but
right.
No, don't give up.
Very good. Yeah, don't.
What were you?
You done? No, I'm joking.
Finished.
Don't worry so much. That's probably a good one.
Yeah.
I don't take my own advice, but that's definitely something.
Yeah, it's easier said than done though, isn't it?
Yep.
I think don't give up's easier because you're like, well, I suppose if you're close enough to something, you'll probably do it. Like.
Yeah.
Whereas if everybody worries about everything.
Yeah, it's like that. Do you ever listen to Baz Luhrmann wear sunscreen?
Every day.
Yeah. Do you?
No.
Oh, do you know what the song is?
No.
Seriously?
No.
Good song. It basically it's got like a nice wee sort of beat, and then he's just like talking over it, like, don't worry, don't read magazines, it'll only make you feel crap about yourself, don't do this. But then at the end of like certain verses he's like, but wear sunscreen, and then there's like a wee bit of singing, and then he comes back in with more advice. It's good.
It's a really weird song.
I'll let you listen to it after. It's a good song. Basically, he
I might decline that.
No, it is good. Like he
don't listen to the radio, but wear sunscreen. Okay.
But like, yeah, he's just like gives all these nice wee bits of advice. But basically, essentially, it is don't worry so much about what everybody else thinks, because it doesn't really matter.
I suppose that's a good life lesson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine us at 20. We're 29 now, but
thankfully not.
Yeah, imagine us at this age giving life lessons. Mm-hmm.
Well, no. The reason I ask is, obviously this week we're talking about inspiration and learning.
Yeah.
So, just to see whether you had any inspiring advice off the bat.
I couldn't inspire a dead cat.
I would hope not. That would be witchcraft. The witch's curse.
Bit of voodoo. I don't know. If people followed in my footsteps, it'd probably be a really weird place.
But then you can say about everyone.
Well, it depends, really.
Because it goes back to, we've spoken about it a million times, where you make your wee choices and you learn from your wee choices. Oh.
Your wee choices.
Yeah.
It's like you've got a line, so you start off in a straight line, you make a choice, you go up.
Yep.
You make another choice, you go down.
But you don't meet that line again.
No.
Because that's a linear choice. Yeah. If you'd have not made a choice.
Because there's never that thing where you go back to square one. Really, is there?
No, because you'll have learned something on the way.
Exactly.
You
always better yourself from your failed experiences.
Yeah, exactly. That's like was it Einstein said, "I haven't failed. I've never failed. I've just learned 99 ways not to do it."
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know if it's Einstein said it, but someone's definitely said something like that. Yeah.
I'm near sure it was him.
Pretty sure she.
But I probably said it too.
Yeah.
Sounds
like something I'd say.
Something I'd say.
After a few whiskeys. Yeah.
But yeah, like obviously, whenever we're talking learning, I suppose we're not really just talking about from experience. But
what's school?
We have spoken about that already. But like, it's like I was saying before this was on about speaking about the different ways you can learn, like informally, formally, intentionally and accidentally.
Yeah.
Basically there's like a wee grid. I did a wee course thing on it recently about learning.
Okay.
And
a learning course?
Yeah, and like the wee grid is basically
you're giving us all this knowledge.
I am.
Yeah.
See?
You're teaching us.
It's a circle. But basically
it's like a circle.
It goes round and round. What's that out of?
Chuck and Larry.
Yes, love
not
is
a
like
triangle.
A circle. Yeah. No.
That's corners.
Yeah.
Not like a rectangle. Yeah, that's corners. Okay.
Yeah. So
it's a very
good.
racist film as well, to be fair.
Is it?
Well, yeah, it's Rob Schneider acting as a Chinese man.
That who that was?
Yeah.
There you go. Learn something new.
There you go. Learning.
Every day.
Knowledge.
Look how much you're getting them. We're
inspiration.
We're like 5 minutes in.
I know.
This is a gift.
It's a gift. Don't ever watch Chuck and Larry. Great film, but don't ever watch it.
Oh well, unless you're wanting to watch Adam Sandler.
Yeah, which no one wants to watch him anymore. He couldn't give anybody any teach lessons or anything anymore.
Can he teach?
Can you teach me? Can you lesson me?
But basically in that, as I say, there's a 4. So informally, formally, I'm doing like a thing in the air that no one else can see apart from us.
Yeah.
But informally, formally, and then accidentally, intentionally. If you match them up, basically, you know, formally, intentionally is like school, university, whatever you intentionally go there to learn and from a formal environment. Accidentally,
could be anywhere really.
Well, accidentally formal could be like, for example, you're in school.
Yeah.
You don't do the class or whatever, but you know, somebody teaches you how to, I don't know, throw a basketball or something. You've never done that before. You are into
the basket, of course. Just at the wall, you know.
Exactly. Cause
be stupid. That's
probably
dodgeball.
could do that anyway.
Yeah.
But
you'd be very surprised.
Basically, that's that. Informally would be like in your bedroom, and whether you intentionally or accidentally want to do it. So informally,
do what?
Learn. So like if you like informally, I don't know.
You're gonna laugh at it.
Become like
inspired.
You intentionally start to learn to draw in your bedroom, or you intentionally learn a card trick, or you intentionally, I don't know,
do anything really.
Yeah, there's something you don't know how to do, like languages.
Yeah, if you're watching something in your bedroom, you still learn something from a TV show.
Yep. Or unintentionally, in an informal setting, could be like you're watching TV. You've no intention of actually learning, but you watch a quiz show and you learn some stuff.
Well, that's the thing, because you remember years ago, I'm sure your parents probably said it to you as well, like what are you doing watching TV? You're never going to learn anything from it.
Yeah.
Have you ever? Yeah.
I do remember that, but like, I used to more get the don't watch TV, your eyes will go square.
Yeah.
Don't sit so close. I can't remember.
Yeah, don't sit so close to the TV, your eyes will go square.
Yeah. Why did I ever believe that?
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just hold faces in case I got stuck.
I just backed up. Oh my god! The thing where people said if you pull that face and someone slaps you in the back of the head, it's gonna stay like that forever.
Or the winds change was another one.
Yeah, stupid. But yeah.
But you're still like, I don't want to look like
that. I did it on purpose. I was like, just
uh oh.
Could you imagine?
What happened?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I look like this now. But no, parents used to say like, you know, don't watch that or don't watch this because you're not gonna learn from it. But then people learn in different ways. Like when you go to school, not everyone learns in a verbal way. Some people can look at a book and learn things through like seeing. So there's different, like you can see it physically, you can see it not see it verbally, but you can hear it verbally. You can.
Yep. Some
people just learn differently, and
some people need to take part.
Yeah, practical ways.
What's we saying? Tell me I forget, show me I remember, involve me I understand.
Yeah.
That's how some people learn.
Yeah, so there are 3 different ways of obviously learning as well, but that's in school anyway.
Yeah.
Because I know there's an awful lot of people didn't really understand like maths and English, because I think there's like people can learn to spell via looking at the book or sound it out if they want to, you know.
Yep.
Which is strange how people's minds work in so many different ways.
Do you think that you were inspired to pick anything up by anyone in school, or was that more a...
What do you mean pick something up, like a activity?
Yeah, or like, would you like say you were inspired to learn something new? It doesn't even have to be an activity. Like, say for example, like Photoshop or whatever.
Photoshop, yeah. Well, my IT teacher, Stephen Kincaid, he did loads of different things. Like, he did an IT club. I've talked about this before, but he did like an IT club afterwards. It was like, there's only like 3 or 4 people came. It was like me included, and Glenn, and I think someone else came. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, we just like did random stuff, and he just like told me about. He basically taught me more during the club than actually doing it in the class. And then eventually just Photoshop was a big thing because we did that website. We did our website through Front Page in school, Microsoft Front Page, which was absolutely dreadful. And then through that, I was like, obviously went to tech.
Yeah. And
they have like Adobe Dreamweaver over there, so
it's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, it was alright for what it was. And then they had Photoshop as well. And he just said, like, there's just so many things that you could just go on and try. And then eventually, just for some reason, I just got into Photoshop and just got good at it for some reason. Because there was a Photoshop class in tech, which I did anyway, but it was just like a natural at it because I just knew what to do and what things to use. But yeah, IT in school is a big part of the majority of things I know now. Like Photoshop, and not even in school as well. There's like music production as well you can do on basically basic IT skills. You can just push off that. Yeah, fair enough. But you would say that came from the like, for want of a better term, like the inspirational source of Stephen Kincaid. Yeah, because he was a good teacher. He was a good mentor. He was just a good listener. He knew exactly what you were trying to say, even if you didn't say it right. Yeah. He just understood you. Cool. Which is it's kind of cool. Like, cause the majority of times I think in school, if the pupil or the student doesn't like the teacher, they're not going to learn from them. Which is probably the majority of the reason why people don't actually like going to school. Yeah, but there's also the whole like some people just don't. No, they don't want to learn. They're not interested. In school. They want to go out and be I don't know, like just learn a trade. They don't care about grades, and that's fair. Like just don't see the point. No, I agree. If people go to school and academic is not their way of learning, then just go ahead and do something you like. Yeah, be good at something else. It doesn't really matter. Like no, just because you don't know how to do maths and English doesn't mean you can't play a brick or. Well, I mean, don't laugh. No, you're giggling in there, but I mean, it's true. No, it's just reminding me of Ali G. Ali G, why? You want me to lay a brick? In front of everyone, right here. Yes, please. Not that type of. All right then. But no, I think if trade's the way you want to go, like I mean, not everyone's going to be the same. No. That's why there's different jobs out there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, just good. Yeah, well, you need them. Like, I mean, if it weren't for bricklayers and stuff, we wouldn't have a house. So. Fair. Yeah. Well, we might, but it'd be crap. It'd just be like muck and clay. But it would melt in the rain. Be building it every 5 minutes. I know. Be stupid. Yeah. That's I always find that really interesting. Is the skills that you sort of improve over the years always tends to go back to like one specific moment. Yeah, like one person. Yeah, I always find like. Well, did you have anybody in school that you sort of bounced off or? Yeah, I mean, I had my RE teacher. RE? Yeah, Mr. Jackson. That's strange because you're not exactly religious. No, but thing is that I got an A star in RE or an A in RE. I'm not sure. I did very well in it either way. Yeah. But basically, I understand. Sorry, let me reword that. I have knowledge of the Bible as to what's in it and the stories and blah blah blah. Yeah. But like that there, it was never an issue for me because I went to church whenever I was a teenager anyway. Yeah. Well, up to I was because your mum. Up to 14 or 15. I wasn't out of choice. Because of your mum. Yeah. Well, she made me go. Well, yeah, it wasn't. I don't really want to be there. Like, but the thing is that two stories are sort of linked. But basically, my teacher, Mr. Jackson, Craig Jackson, you call him. He was the one that introduced me. Could have been. I don't know. But he was the one that introduced me to Darren Bryan. Oh wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. He lent me the book, that I rebought. He lent me that.
and he got me interested in some just like melodic guitar sort of stuff. You know, he used to play the guitar, and he practiced it. Basically, I remember he did like a sort of show thing, and we used to do a thing called pop acting school.
Yeah,
like,
I think we had something similar.
Where like the pupils would get up and do something, but then teachers would also do stuff.
Yeah.
And he used to get up and play guitar. It was really cool. It was almost
It's funny you mentioned that because like,
it was class.
Like RE stuff.
Like your RE teacher,
Alistair Bennett, he played guitar as well. But
he played Informal.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but he played it.
He played Informal as well.
Yeah.
But the majority, you find though, like religious people, for some reason, the majority of them I've run into all play something.
Probably just the church band.
Yeah, but it's not like everyone should do it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's obviously they went out of their way to go and learn something.
Possibly,
which is kind of cool all the same.
Yeah, I mean, like he was so dead on. He lent me DVDs and stuff.
Yeah.
The Prestige was a movie he lent me.
Yeah, the Magician one.
Yeah, really good. You seen it?
Yeah, Hugh Jackman and
brilliant.
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And Michael Caine and Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, it's weird if you say Michael Caine in his own accent. It sounds like Michael Caine.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But
fun fact.
he's one, and then just sort of I mentioned church. There was another fella, David Gilmour, bought me my first graphic novel.
David Gilmour.
Good friend. Good guy. Really good guy. He.
I know. He's married to Sarah
Gilmour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Her name wasn't always
She
Gilmour.
was a singing teacher. Was she a singing teacher in a college, or she was a head girl in a college or something?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're married. But yeah, I know both them. But David and I.
David's a lovely fella.
Yeah, brilliant. We used to play
together.
Warhammer and
in
stuff.
the park. Yeah, no, he's a big nerd.
Yeah,
he's cool. He
was a massive influence on me when I was a teenager.
Well, he was one that was. I used to go to the youth club around the corner.
What one?
The one in Glenfield.
Well, that's the church I went to.
Oh,
I've probably seen you.
Probably, yeah.
Probably just don't remember me.
No.
Oh, there you are.
Don't remember. I didn't have a beard then, so.
Yeah. You shaved it off. Oh my God, you're that guy.
You're him. Oh.
But yeah, him. That's he is a massive influence as to why I like what I like. In terms of comic styles and things.
Yeah.
He bought me another one called I've mentioned the one 1690 before, haven't I?
No.
It's like set in 1690s, but it's like Spider-Man and blah blah blah, but they're all in like the gear, and Queen Elizabeth I is on the throne and stuff.
What about King Billy?
Ha! Yeah, I don't know if he makes an appearance.
Can you imagine him running this Spider-Man?
Yeah.
That's kind of strange.
You know, the boy nice one. No, but seriously, no, like he got me like into all that sort of stuff, and
it's strange seeing that because like you're not obviously like related in any way to anywhere. You're not a big fan of religion
really.
in any shape or form. Like so, it's kind of cool seeing that you got the majority of your likes and dislikes, I suppose, from someone of that nature.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I don't know. Like because I did all that stuff up to an age where I can make my own choices. I feel like
but they never forced it on you though. Like
no,
David was never a person to be like.
No, he's not at
learn Jesus and that's
not at all. Like even after I stopped going to church, whenever he would still invite me around, and we would have board game nights and stuff, play Risk and stuff like that. It's cool. Yeah, really good. Played another one as well. I can't remember what it was called. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. But
Twister.
Then obviously he moved to Wales.
Oh, so he moved to Wales now?
Moved to where you were, yeah.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, those two would have been the two from like the formative years. Whenever you sort of start making when
your mind was already made and done for molding. Basically, you've already made your mind.
And then they're like, oh, here, what about these things? You're like, here, that's sort of
your direction.
Perfect. So, obviously, mentioned the last one there. Darren Bryan, been to see him a couple of times. Got the book. I've actually got another book of his called Happy.
Oh. Because he's dealt with depression quite a lot as well, hasn't he?
I have to admit, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know that obviously he didn't even like actually come out until he was in his 30s.
Yeah.
So
which obviously probably would cause depression in his 20s as well, because not actually having.
Yeah, he said it was a very like he mentions it in his shows and stuff. That it's a lot of anxiety and stuff, because you're like, oh, I need to hide this, and they're gonna find out because people are gonna talk about sex, and I don't want to talk about sex because I don't do that. Yeah. So but
is he asexual? Is he?
No, he does, but he's
not
gay.
that
but at the time, he was like, "Oh, I don't want to touch girls, but I don't want to tell anyone I'm gay."
Oh,
so
it's crazy how much of a mad mind he is, that even those sort of people don't want to get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, well, like
things.
that was obviously whenever he was in his 20s, like,
Still growing up time, to be fair, like.
But again, like a lot of what, these two guys have, like, introduced me to basically is that, with, well, sort of both, but like more, I suppose, in terms of Darren Bryan, it's a lot of like critical thinking, whereas the comics and stuff is a lot of like escapism. You can just read it and be in
a world of your own,
somewhere else entirely, and be, reading about Thanos and Batman and blah blah blah.
Yeah. Well then, suppose in that sense as well, like, like, I don't know, talk about music yet again, but like my brother, obviously he got me into music, and that's an escape for me as well, because you learn through, you sort of learn through his mistakes as well, because he's like listens to bands and now they're just dreadful, absolutely dreadful. But coming in here and he had loads of records and stuff about the place, and that's all I used to hear, just a blast through the doors and the windows and stuff. That's all I used to hear was music. And then I think if I didn't get into that, I'd probably be a different person completely.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
Because you wouldn't get into that sort of music, and you wouldn't go to gigs of that nature. You wouldn't meet the people of that nature either. So I probably wouldn't even be talking to you.
It's funny because we, like, going sort of back to what I said at the start about the formal, informal, accidental, intentional. It sounds as though a lot of what we're talking about right now
is accidental.
Accidental and formal.
Yeah.
Obviously the teaching one's formal, but it is accidental in a way. It doesn't sound as though what we really enjoy and what has really like formed us
came from
formal,
school.
intentional things. Like, you were going to the club, but did you think you would have, gained this knowledge just from saying, okay, well, we'll do this week, we'll do this next week. Probably not. It's probably just you chatting to him saying, oh, you should do this, you should do that, blah blah blah. In the same way that in class he was like, Mr. Jackson would be like, here, come here up at the end of the class, and he'd be like, here, read that. I'm like, I'm going on holiday next week, I was going to Dubai. And he was like, no, take it, listen, like, read it, trust me, it's really good. He was that type of guy, so it was like formal like situation, but accidental, informal sort of learning. But it's just funny, like, from what we were just saying, it almost sounds as though we have taken more away from the accidental, informal stuff.
It's strange because you don't really, whenever you go into school and stuff, I think before you get into school, you're going to school. That's why you don't really have the mentality to learn. But then it's different because you open up more and you listen more whenever it's something you're more comfortable in. Because like in school and stuff, you're sitting there like listening to some teacher, whoever it is, and you're just like, I don't really fancy this today, I don't really even want to listen to this person. But then whenever you actually respect the person, not that you wouldn't respect your teachers, but there are people, you know what I mean, there are people like that you'd be like, I'd be more inclined to listen to them, or
they have to almost gain your respect.
Exactly. And
for you, but you do respect them, but because you have to, not because
you want to.
It's when you want to respect someone, and you do respect someone. Like, as you say, Mr. Kincaid, or in my case, Mr. Jackson.
Well, Bennett was class in our school as well. Also, I had a little time for Alistair because he answered anybody's questions regardless if it was about RE or anything. Like, it didn't matter. Like, he was a big music man as well. And I wasn't huge in music in school. If I listened to like stupid stuff in school, like all over the place. But obviously after school, I just decided to listen to one thing and one thing only, and that was metal and rock and roll, and that was all it was. But he just talked about anything, and
that's good though.
Well, that's what you need.
Building a rapport is key, like, really.
You need to have that in school, especially nowadays, because whenever kids are becoming unruly and stuff, like, you need to have some sort of person that you respect out of your home. You need to go to school and you need to be like, well, this person's actually here to teach me something that I really should need to know. And if they're a better person, then not the people you hang about with and want to try and get in with those sort of people. it is different whenever you're going, because whenever you go into like RE and then whenever you go into like English, it just isn't the same. There's no sort of,
even thinking about this, I was thinking just whenever you're mentioning all these classes, like, I must have had a really good group of teachers whenever I got to choose, like,
for GCSE
and sort of GCSE, but more like even thinking A level, like.
Well, A level, there's more time, I think, for people, because I think the teachers spend more time with the A level students more than they would the GCSE ones, because it is GCSE. Like that's your final 2 years in school.
Yeah.
Whereas A levels you stay on afterwards, and you're obviously there.
GCSE. You stay on
Yeah, you stay on. What did I say?
A levels.
Oh no, well A levels you're staying on for to do your A levels.
Yeah.
So the teachers obviously are going. Well, they've obviously stayed here because they want to do something.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Whereas GCSEs you're sort of there anyway.
Yeah.
And maybe whenever you're doing your A levels, that's probably why they want to sort of have those sort of 1-to-1s, or because in GCSE I don't think I've ever had anybody that really, apart from Kincaid, that was about the only person. Maybe Sloan as well.
Who was he?
He was science teacher.
Okay.
He was cool. He was a nice fella.
Yeah, I mean, it really depended. I think, as I say, GCSE, Mr. Jackson was the man. He was really cool.
Yeah.
He's the one that really sticks out. A really good business studies teacher, but I came through with him the A level as well.
Oh.
English teacher changed at A level, which was good because my English teacher was brilliant. I'm actually friends with her on Facebook now. Really cool. Same with my accountancy teacher actually.
That's strange.
Mr. Martin, he was a legend. He was one of the guys. There was only 4 of us in the class.
Yeah.
You could just have a laugh with him. It was so fun.
Yeah.
There was a time the guy sat beside me. I might have told you this, but he leaned over and whispered something in my ear.
Yeah.
And it was this type of class. Mr. Martin was standing at the front, or he just stood up, off his desk. And I went, audibly so they could hear me. I was like, this guy whispered in my ear. I went, what do you mean, Matty? I like Mr. Martin's tie. Right? And Mr. Martin, what's wrong with my tie, Matty? And Matty's like, oh, nothing. He was whispering something completely different. But he was like, I'm only joking. And I was like, I'm only joking as well. It was that sort of class. It was good fun. But everybody, I think the lowest grade in the class was a B. Obviously, there was only 4 of us. But it was A star, A, B.
Yeah.
So, good luck. It wasn't me about the B.
There was only 4 of us. It was a shame it didn't go A, B, B, A.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a shame, but no. I met one of my teachers in Oni's.
No way.
Yeah, he was absolutely done out of his mind. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. See, if teachers live in Carrick and teach in those schools, they have to be so careful, don't they?
Suppose if it's about their job, yeah, but I mean, it's today's society.
Else, but I can't imagine.
No, I know, but today's society, I think teachers are just been absolutely hounded upon because they have to do so many things, so many little things as well.
Yeah.
And it's just there's so much pressure on them just to do well.
It is important though, isn't it? Think we're talking now about how important and influential these people were just for doing the wee things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what I know what you're saying. Obviously, the job's hard, obviously, but as Fergal would always say, you get your 13 weeks off a year or whatever.
Oh no, you do. It's there's nothing to do with that there. It's just I think sometimes, I've said before, each teacher has their own teaching method.
Yep.
And if it doesn't come down to the school's curriculum or school's whatever you want to call it, then
you don't hit your targets or whatever.
Yeah, then that's something to be dealt with. But if it completely outshines everybody, then I don't see what the point is in trying to hound everyone to try and be the exact same teacher, because no one's going to learn from that.
No, definitely. I mean, and it comes down to as well that the way Mr. Jackson or Mr. Kincaid or Sloan or Bennett, so I couldn't remember. I was going to say Alistair, it's his first name. Yeah, we're doing right then. Damn. But he, the way they get on with us, probably wouldn't have worked with.
Oh no,
some other people. Yeah. So,
but that's what I'm saying. Each student and each pupil had their own teacher they sort of could go to and be like, I'll learn more off this one. But it's a shame that you can't get that out of every class because you would learn so much more.
I know, but I find whenever actual learning, I find, and it's not just in school either. In any scenario, I find I learn better with less people.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's strange.
I really struggled to listen to lectures in uni and stuff because 1, it was boring as shit.
Yeah.
But 2 was just because there's so many people there, I was just I'm
distracted or something.
Yeah, you were just I can just do whatever I want here. No one cares. Your toe.
And my ankle just decided to break off my
flip
my leg there.
There goes the leprosy again.
Apologies.
But, what do you call it? But yeah, I always find see with those smaller classes or as you say almost like your IT where it was 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
Because you get that more. I'll show you how to do this. Let's have a chat
direct
about this.
sort of.
Yeah, it's interaction and a more, for want of a better word, and not in a dirty way, but intimate level.
Yeah.
Like
it's a direct approach, like, to you and each person, because it's just like you said, it is intimate because it's just literally to 4 or 5 people. Yeah. It's not, you're not going to cater for 20 odd people depending on who's in your class.
Exactly. And with Mr. Martin, the accountancy teacher, had he have got that other person, got him an A, 100%. Yeah. How good's that going to look for him? A level. How'd you do this year? 100% A's. What about you? Oh, B.
Yeah. Well, that's
but that's what I find personally. But like again, it goes back to looking at those 4, and it's such a simple basis. But if you actually like look at your learning and go back to formal, informal, accidental, whatever. Yeah. Intentional. Sorry, is the last one. Basically, I always come back to the point of, smaller groups. There's certain wee things, like for example, accidental and formal. That worked whenever I was in GCSE. Yeah. Class was bigger. But because he was like, oh, by the way, do this, blah blah. With a book, it was different than A level, which was formal intentional. Yeah. Because there was 4 people, I was able to get the grades. But like the stuff that I actually enjoy and remember now was, as we mentioned, the informal, accidental. Yeah. Or formal accidental. Sorry. Yeah. I found it a bit hard to learn informally.
Suppose it depends on what sort of situation you're in, though, because informal and accidental would be, for me, would be like around your mates and stuff. But then it depends, and like we would probably learn some things from each other. Like if he would have talked to me about something I would know more. Yeah, definitely. Than I would have talked to. We would learn off each other, but I know what you mean in terms of learning more in a smaller group. Probably because there's more. I don't know if it's just easier because there's less people there to, like you said, to distract you. Mm-hmm. And you've got people that have different sort of backgrounds and knowledges and different things that you would learn more of them anyway. But suppose if it was, we don't really have any sort of like things we go to that we were going to learn from. Like we would learn, like Hilden, we would learn about different beers and ales.
Just remember we were speaking to your man the last time for you. You're just standing up. Was it Farmageddon? One beside Farmageddon.
One beside Farmageddon.
Can't remember the name of it. But we were speaking to him about hops for
Canada and Canadian and Belgian hops. Yeah. Well, that was the thing. Like that would be the only thing I could really think off the top of my head.
Maybe that's a perfect example.
On Xbox as well, I suppose you could learn certain things about games that you wouldn't really know.
Maybe not even. Sometimes whenever you're just chatting.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I suppose it is harder because we don't actually pursue things that you're going to learn in, really. I mean, that's the whole point of informal accidental learning, like. Yeah. But I suppose if we were going to go to, I don't know, like a Darren Bryan thing or something, then you would learn something, because it's not formal at all, but in my opinion, I think going to Hilton and stuff, you would learn more about, if you wanted to. Even accidentally, you would still listen to the people's conversations, like. I know I do.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, that's why I quite like talking, because you just learn stuff, like you learn like loads of things, like on speaking to the likes of like Fergal and Jem, we get like an insight into how
teaching
PGCE and teaching works over in England, and how they find it and so on and so forth, and even speaking to parents, another really real tap full of knowledge. We mentioned in the last episode about how your grandparents are these founts of knowledge, but your parents are as well. Like, you think of the stuff they know, like. And
my dad, he just declares it every time he has a few drinks in him anyway, so it doesn't matter. But no, it's good because some like that would be informal accidental as well there, because dad, whenever
you're just having a chat.
Have a chat,
yeah, exactly. You're not going in to be like, oh, here, tell me about the 80s. You don't go in to really do that. It just and that's just a random example that I've spoken to your dad, Phil's dad, my dad, anybody's parents really, if it ever comes up, they're able to say, well, it was completely different then. There'd be...
Well, it's true. Like, I mean, I've learned an awful lot from Phil's dad in terms of music. I think that's one of the things that I've taken away from that friendship as well, because it's something you don't really intend on doing. Yeah. Is going to a mate's house and actually befriending their dad. And his mum was.
No, for sure, his mum's lovely.
It's just, well, she's alright. No, but seriously, like it's something you don't really intend on doing. You don't go over to your mate's house and be like, I'm going to talk to your dad for 17 hours here, mate.
Yeah,
But sometimes there's been times I went over to their house and I've just talked to Mark and Sylvia instead of talking to anyone else, you know.
Yeah.
And same as Gareth as well. He did the same thing, and it's just whenever he comes over here, whenever I go over to his house, Gareth says I sometimes talk to Ian, sometimes his dad, sometimes talk to his mum, and he does the same with mine as well. And it's just the amount of things you learn and sort of take away from the day or from the night, whatever time you do. But it's
in the morning.
Or the morning, you know. I mean, well, maybe less in the morning because you don't really learn an awful lot at 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
5, 6 in the morning, 7, 8 in the morning. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like it's good going over there and having that accidental run in with someone and they're like, oh well, didn't know that about that, or didn't know that about whatever else.
Yeah,
it's something to be for me anyway. It's nice to have that, like, sort of
knowing that it's there.
Yeah. Whereas if you have like literally no one around you, I mean, trying to learn is quite tough, I think.
Can be, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like whenever you read about the likes of, like scientists or painters or whatever from hundreds of years ago, some of them would have been like completely secluded.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
done it on their own. But I wonder whether a lot of that's down to the fact that we're now
open to so much.
And it sort of comes down to, we mentioned about inspiration about like people that we liked, but like it also comes down to the likes of like computers and phones and blah blah blah.
You have that technology at your fingertips now.
You'll see celebrities just because they're everywhere. Like if you were to see, a Kardashian, they're on everything, every social media platform. So there are young girls or boys or whatever gender you want to be on the spectrum, whatever, that will look at them and go, yep, that's what I want to be. I want to learn how to do makeup like that. I want to learn how she has got that ass. I want to learn how they've got those abs. And same with guys. And
a lot of money and a lot of good surgeons, I would assume.
Probably, but like it does come down to as well the likes of, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, etc. That's not cosmetic surgery. That's just hard work.
Yeah. It's rough as well having that, because I suppose, like you said, back in the day they had no distractions really.
No.
They had none. Whereas we had. But there's no excuse either. Like there's no excuse to have that. Well, Thor was on the other day, so I didn't complete my maths homework.
Yeah, I didn't go out and do the workout to look like Thor. I just watched him.
Yeah, and now I feel like him, but I don't look anything like him at all. But like that's there's no excuse for having that. Like just because they didn't have any distractions back in the day doesn't mean you can't as well. I mean, you can just, if you had a room in your house that had nothing in it, lock yourself in it for a while. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, like they had things to discover, whereas now everyone's got. Well, they did because they've discovered it, and now we look at us now. But they have people for jobs. They have jobs now, like they have scientist jobs. Yeah. You can train to become one.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, unless you've really got that much interest in that sort of thing, you're not really going to go out and do it.
And that's the thing as well. It's cool to see celebrities nowadays, a lot of them coming out and saying, "No, join the STEM community. Get involved." There's a big push at the minute for girls, a lot like girls in the STEM community. So like, you know who Gillian Jacobs is?
Yeah, the actor.
Yeah, the actress. Yeah, she's
the actor or the actress.
Either, but
is it the one from Scotland?
No, Gillian Jacobs. She's American.
Oh.
Funny story about her name. It's spelt Gillian, but said Gillian.
Yeah.
Because her mum misread it in a book.
Yeah.
And basically, like, what do you want to call her? Gillian. But it's literally, she just misread Gillian. She didn't know how to say it.
Oh wow. Okay.
So she's forever now called Gillian Jacobs.
Yeah.
But she
Is that soft G?
It's like GIF.
Yeah.
Or not GIF.
GIF or Jeff.
But it's Gillian, not Gillian.
Yeah.
In this case.
Yeah.
But basically, she was saying that a lot of what she's doing at the minute is to do like documentaries and things on women in science and women in technology, and she brought up the example of one of the very first computers ever. It's back in like the 50s or whatever.
Yeah, the film. There was a film based on that as well.
That's the one in NASA, but this is literally one of the first ones.
Oh right, okay.
That was like one same sort of thing, big room, big IBM computer, and it was end of the war actually, end of the 40s.
Yeah. Big
massive computer, but basically these women were put in there and like figure out how to use it, it's completely secret, nobody's gonna ever tell, blah blah blah. And there are pictures of them beside the computer, and they showed the guys how to do it and whatever.
So there was that thing about the Enigma as well, wasn't there? The Enigma codes.
Turing.
Yep.
Turing. Again, a fella did that.
No, I know that, but sure there was. I think it was not a woman that worked on it as well. I'm pretty sure it was a woman.
Yeah. But sure, she left after in the film after he rejected her because he was gay.
Oh yeah, right enough. Yeah, that's right.
And then he got
chemically castrated, yeah.
And then he killed himself. But anyway,
lovely way to go after being such a legend, eh?
Well, exactly. But the women basically figured out the computer, showed the men. At the end of the war, it was declassified, and the picture of the women came out. It's like, oh, who are they? Oh, they're just models. It was actually the guys that
got the credit for it.
Yeah. It wasn't until like decades later that they it came out that they were the actual computer programmers, the girls, not the guys.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
I think basically, that's terrible doing that.
It's horrible, but like her thing at the moment in doing these documentaries is for the big push of the girls into the STEM, subjects basically. So
see, it's the worst thing about that is though as well that nowadays like all these young women and even young men as well, they're going for this push as well, but they're going the wrong end of it. They're saying like, oh, well, I deserve that because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
It's like it's okay. Like I mean, all these equality rights as well. It's just to me, it's just a bit of a pain. Like I honestly, I just wish everything was equal and everyone just had their equal share.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be someone that's going to be like, well, I don't like that.
That's just the way it works.
I know it is, but I just don't like it. I just think it's.
I don't think anything's ever been equal ever.
No,
it never will be. That's like me being like, well, I don't think you should have more money than me.
No, well, that's exactly what the whole equality thing is.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know why celebrities have more money than me. What do they do?
Celebrities?
Yeah. Like why should they have more money than me?
Well, it depends on what job they're in. Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
He's
also a scientist.
Yeah, but he's a celebrity. That's what I'm saying. It depends on what job they're in. Like he couldn't.
But like for example, like why is Kim Kardashian famous and I'm not?
100%. I completely.
She's a multi-millionaire and I'm not.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's just tough.
Yeah. No, that's what it is. But people, that's what I'm saying. That's why I hate the whole wrong side of it. Yeah. It's just because this whole feminist movement, they're like, oof. I deserve that. That's
when it comes to doing same job for same money. For example, CEO.
Yeah.
Don't think girls should earn less for doing that. Don't see why.
What does it matter if they're doing the same job as the man next to them?
Yeah.
They should get the same pay.
Yeah.
Regardless, it doesn't matter. If you're doing the exact same thing, the exact same hours, the exact same job description, same pay.
Yeah.
Don't understand what the problem is there.
I don't get it myself.
No.
Personally. But then there are those places that are like, well, you negotiate your salary and you don't tell anyone your salary.
Yeah.
So like we could be doing the same job. I could be earning 35. You could be earning 28.
Yeah.
But you would never know.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Unless you told each other, which would be very.
So you're not allowed. Like part of City Group, in Belfast.
Yeah.
And the way they do it is you negotiate your salary, agree it with City, and then you're part of your contract. I think, as far as I remember hearing, is you're not allowed to tell anyone what you earn.
Huh.
So 5 people are doing the same job, and there could be a 15 grand pay difference.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like you do well. You never know. But people that have that they are on the bad side of the movement. It's just like, come on, like.
Yeah.
Just accept it. Like you just said, why is Kim Kardashian earning more money?
She's smarter and prettier than me. That's probably one thing.
I wouldn't say.
When I say smarter, she's savvier than I am.
Yeah.
She knows how to market that ass.
I don't even think it's that. It's just she just marketed the entire family.
Was it not the mum?
Chris? I have no idea.
I would never have got there. I'm glad you know.
Lauren.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think that whole reality side of the world's just mad. Like I mean, Love Island's back now. So.
Oh yeah.
It's another thing that completely baffles me.
But yeah, I don't get it. Like I seen a really good tweet the other day. It was from somebody with a blue verified tick on Twitter as well. So it was obviously a celebrity. Holly Hagan. Ever heard of her?
Nope.
Never mind. But basically, someone retweeted her, and it was like, I wonder whether anybody with curves will ever be on Love Island.
I wouldn't know.
But I'm assuming that just means everybody on it's like a model.
Oh.
But like now, like curves, like in other words, somebody who's not ridiculously skinny.
There are curvy models, aren't there? There's like.
Well, that's the thing, but they're never on TV. It's all like, on Love Island, you have to weigh 4 stone and look like a, Tinkerbell if you're a girl, and if you're a guy, you need to look like Zac Efron, and that's it.
Yeah.
And
your obsession with Zac Efron still has not ended.
no, but like basically, you know, and then I seen another tweet. I was like, would love to see a guy who didn't have a six pack and completely hairless, blah blah blah, get chucked in there and see how quickly he's not paired up.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's just the way TV is. Nobody wants to watch, you know, Barry from
Essex.
Ballymena.
Barry from Ballymena.
With, you know, who's been working in local Tesco for 17 years.
Yeah.
From his 16th birthday. You know, that people don't want to see that, but it's pure crap because that's real life.
Well, Big Brother.
It's not, yeah, well, again, they pick them, don't they?
Well, it's out of a selected amount of people, like, but I mean,
They pick the interesting ones. They don't pick, like, Barry from Ballymena.
Sometimes they do.
There's something in them. There has to be. It's not just a fella. Barry from Ballymena is probably a psycho.
Yeah, probably, but I mean, it's all those shows, like the reality shows. Like, what are people going to learn from that?
Nothing. That's the thing I hate. I hate, like, some of my sister watches them, like, and the amount of times I must sound like some sort of preacher. Like, I say to her all the time, it's like, that's not real.
Yeah.
You know, that's not real. But then I say that, and she's now doing, like, you know, makeup and beauty and stuff, and like tech.
Yeah.
So like that will be a career.
Oh no, well, no,
So,
I mean, it is like it's always been a career because there's always been those makeup artists behind TV and film. Like it's always been there. It's just now all this reality crap's brought to the forefront, and everyone can go and do it, which is great. That's fair play, you know, power to them. Like, but it shouldn't need to be the reality shows that bring that forward.
Mm-hmm.
It should be makeup.
Yeah.
In general, bringing that forward, like people going out there and putting on like a weird zombie face or something, scary makeup, and there's people that go out there that making people's cheeks look smaller or something.
Like self-taught people.
Yeah, no, but not even self-taught people, just people that maybe if they've gone to a course and done that course and they've aced it, then fair play, go and do that. But they don't need to have reality TV show to go and bring it to the forefront. I just think it's stupid.
I love watching videos on Facebook and stuff of people that like around Halloween that are like,
see the ones that they do like up here and they're
all.
Yeah, there's the one with the zip, but they do. There's one I think it was this girl that did a like I think it was a venom mouth from her nose down
all
her
the way
neck.
down. Yeah,
I was like,
and she just paints everything else like black.
Yeah,
it looks amazing.
Because I was looking, I was like, I don't understand what this is, and then she like put her head down, and that was like a bite of the jaw. I was like, oh, that's class.
Yeah, it was under her chin.
Yeah.
I
just think it's amazing, but that's what I think should come from that. It shouldn't be reality shows. It shouldn't be something stupid like that there. But
apparently you get $250,000 for winning that.
For winning what?
Love Island.
Love Island. Well, I mean, I don't understand why, because I'm assuming you're obviously rich going into it.
Probably, yeah.
Well, your man Danny Dyer's daughter's there.
Yeah.
Danny Dyer.
She's not gonna struggle for
cash, like.
Although I seen another wee thing. Like I have to admit, Love Island, I've never watched a minute of it.
No, neither have I.
Basically, there's I seen like another tweet that I'm assuming there's a point where they have to meet the parents.
No idea.
If they're coupled up and. Like,
could you imagine meeting Danny Dyer?
Somebody tweeted it was like, imagine, I hope Danny Dyer is in the daughter. Yeah. Danny Dyer gets to the coupling stage just so this guy has to meet her dad. I was like, could you imagine like all the stuff Danny Dyer, the dad, may have seen on TV happen to his daughter? Yeah. I don't know if this thing's like a gross show, but I'm assuming it is. But like, you know, if he's seen shenanigans on TV.
Oh, like sex and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then
I don't think is that on it?
Probably. I assume so. I don't know.
Really?
I don't watch it.
I don't watch it. I have no idea.
If that's in it, or any sort of, you know, any iteration of that, or you know, potential. Basically, I can imagine that would be a pretty awkward.
I'd love to. Do you know what I'd love to do? Just talk about this now. I'd love to bring someone on that does watch reality TV show, like literally everything.
Right.
And have not a debate.
Do you know anyone that does that? Admittedly, I don't.
Well, you know your sister, I suppose, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Lauren used to watch the Kardashians, but that's about it, I think.
No, I literally no.
I'd love to see what.
There's people that watch like anyway, Essex and all.
Yeah. See, to me, I don't really mind like I'm a Celebrity and stuff because you can learn certain things from that there because of their past. Like Tony Hadley and stuff was on it, and Tony Hadley from Spandau Ballet, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think it's that. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
He talked about his like not his childhood, but like his teen years and his 20s and stuff, and growing up so young into a band. It's like
huge.
Yeah, and it's good to learn things that got there that you wouldn't really necessarily learn on an interview because that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Whereas he's just talking to a few guys in the forest, just saying, "Well, I was doing this here." Admittedly, he knows he's being videoed, but he doesn't know if that's going to go out.
Yeah, see, that's something I've always wondered. Like, obviously, they don't know what's gonna be
Recorded,
put out there. So, is it real, or are they just
acting up?
like? But you can't do that all the time, can you?
No. I suppose if you're an actor, then fair play. Like, but
I'm an actor.
or was it the doctor? But I mean, if you're an actor, then maybe. But I don't know what you could really benefit from doing that.
They get money for going in.
You get money,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm so like honestly, see reality TV. It never gripped me.
That's about the only thing I really like, to be honest. I used to watch the Osbournes, but it was plainly because Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne was an absolute nutcase.
Yeah.
Yeah, shouting at the dogs for having a little crap on the rug.
Shut!
That's how I used to like. But apart from all that there sort of stuff, like reality TV for me doesn't teach me anything. It doesn't entice me to even want to learn or anything like. But all I see in Facebook is just people like Love Island's on tonight. Oh, happy day. See like a meme type of thing, where it was like hearing Love Island's theme tune, some guy running from the kitchen, jumping from the kitchen and onto his sofa, just like that, and just like yeah. I was like,
like the plank.
Yeah. I was like, wow, was it? I'd love to just watch an episode and be like, just to see what it is.
Yeah, I mean, see, in saying that, like, well, no, you know what? I was about to say, in saying that, I would be the same with Game of Thrones, but then I went on to read like 7 books because of Game of Thrones.
But it's not reality TV.
No, but it is TV. But I was gonna say it's just as useless. But then I did go on to read 7 books.
Yeah.
So Love Island, you can't really. What are you gonna do? Join Tinder? You know.
I don't know. I think we should probably watch an episode and then come back and review it.
See,
LOL.
Addie's. I don't know whether he's made to watch it or what, but Addie watches it.
Slap Amy.
No, well, I was over there briefly yesterday, and you know, she was setting up for a Love Island party, like.
What?
Yeah, like having a viewing party with friends.
You're joking me?
No, they had like a wee viewing party. Yeah, to watch the first episode. Like
what?
Decorations and stuff. Yeah, it was great. It was well put together for all it was. Like, it was cool, but it wouldn't be something I would watch.
That's really strange. It must be some sort of phenomenon.
I don't know. Maybe we're missing. Maybe we're the weird.
Well, it was like one of the most trending things on Twitter yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like watching that. Like, as you say, it sort of makes me feel stupid.
Yeah, no, it definitely dumbs you down. Like,
yeah,
because you literally watch it with an open mouth, like
flies going in and out.
Yeah,
at will.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, that's how you watch those sort of things, I would assume.
I don't know. Not for me, but the whole, as you say, like, excuse me, like the whole learning aspect of that. There isn't one. Is there influence in it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, there's influence 100%.
Certainly.
There's influence in everything. Like, it's just where you look at. You know, that's all it is. But when it comes down to reality TV show, it's just really.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it gets to the point where you're like,
I like to have to think about things on TV.
Yeah,
and like wonder.
Sometimes you do though. Sometimes you just want to sit there and go, yeah, I'm just gonna watch this.
Yeah,
for like
at which point I'll like stick on Rick and Morty, which I've seen like 3 times. Yeah, you know. Yeah. I'll just put that on and be like, it's a good show.
No, I like to think, because that's why I watch those crime things.
Yeah.
I like to see, in my own head, like, piece the crime together.
And see what you can get.
Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm completely wrong, but
yeah.
I like watching UFC, because sometimes you got to think about the fighters and think about what way they're going to attack each fighter and stuff, because I love whenever it goes down to the ground, because you can always see what way they're going to go.
Yeah.
Because if you know anything about like jiu-jitsu and stuff, you can see what way they're going to turn or what they've got to do to actually get the submission and stuff. I think it's class doing that.
Yeah.
But apart from like that there sort of stuff, there's nothing really I would really bother watching that would, apart from like Vikings, I already knew the lore behind it, so I didn't like to think about
you knew where it was going.
I just like to see what, like, the depiction of the lore. Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. Learning from things like that is, to me, it's just a bit strange, because I'd learn more off a game than I would watch a reality TV show.
Yeah. It does sound as though like we certainly learn more accidentally.
Yeah.
I think. Well, we prefer what we learn accidentally.
Yeah.
Be it a formal, informal setting, I think.
It'd be interesting to see and maybe ask a few other people and see what they think.
Definitely.
Because I don't know if it's just us being quite similar or if it is everyone else.
I know, for example, like one of my friends, he's just finished a master's, and he is definitely a formal.
Oh really?
Yeah, formal, has to know what he's going in to learn.
So formal intentionally.
Yeah,
straight
like
in
he is straight up that box, 100%.
Yeah.
Like definitely. And then there's other people I know that, would be the complete opposite. Like literally has to be.
I must ask Lauren actually. I'll ask her tomorrow. See how she
It
did
is
in school. Because she
interesting.
went to England for school as well. Don't forget. So it was different
ways of doing it.
different ways of.
Because I don't know, it'd be interesting just to see, because it'd be interesting to ask Virgil and Jen as well, see what they make.
Because they're teachers.
Yeah,
It'd be interesting to see how they learn, how they teach actually, and what their methods are. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, like which
so many things to know. So many.
It's such an interesting, simple wee guide, that basically, yeah, it's really interesting whenever you get into it a wee bit. I think. Yeah, I think that's probably enough about learning this week.
No more learning for me. I've learned enough. I'm all learned out.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for joining us again this week, folks, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.